Scrappy friends. I am working in my traveler's notebook today, and I am going to be documenting my day in the life from June 20th in this traveler's notebook. This actually is the Clique Kits traveler's notebook from one of their kits from each month. We get a new notebook, and I decided to use one of them. And so right now you're just watching me do like the front cover type of page. Well, it's not the front, but the first inside. I decided to put day in the life right on there. And so I'm just kind of going through some of my alpha stickers that I have in my stash. I have a decent amount of them throughout the years that I've been scrapbooking. And so I'm just going to mix and match different fonts. I am going to play around with this for a few minutes because I get it almost all the way down, and then I realize that I don't like those purple ones that I have the in. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. I think it's because they were a little bit more vintagey, and where that would have worked if I had something else vintagey, I think it would have worked. But because I had a lot of like more white stuff or clear, I don't know, bright maybe is the word. And I'm using these are really nice and fun too. And I'm going to do Lemieux out with those. And then it's going to say style. And see, I started to do style in purple too. And then that's when I realized that I didn't like it. It just wasn't working for me. I think it was the font style too. It just didn't work. So this does read day in the life, Lemieux style. So that's usually what I write when I do my hashtag. When I was documenting it. So I thought that would be kind of fun to incorporate that in there. And so here I'm going back, and I have a few of these from the pack from Simple Stories when they used to do the packs. Of course, they didn't give you enough alphas. And so I would have a lot of extra letters and not that much of the vowels, of course. So I ended up using some maybe Fancy Pants or something like that. I don't know. One of the smaller ones where they had a lot of different like different styles and stuff. I think they were Fancy Pants. And then I just added that to do piece of die cut. Now, one thing that I didn't show that I thought about showing, but I didn't end up doing, was that ahead of time when I first started this, I cut out a whole bunch of papers and roughly around the same size. So a lot of these will fit just right on top of the white, you know, in the insert, so that I can cover a decent amount of space. Not all of them are going to either stay that size, or not all of them are exactly that size, because I do like to mix up my sizes. I'm not really one to just want it to have it all pattern paper. It kind of gets bulky when you do it that way, but also I really like to add layers and stuff, so I won't be doing that every single time. But I thought to have a nice start, it would be good to have a pile of papers that kind of match all together. So I looked a lot in my stash, and I also picked out some stuff that I had like on my desk that I had just been using from some collections that I knew I wanted to use. So I have like some Paige Evans in there, and I have some of her die cuts because there's quite a few that just kind of speak to like general life. And obviously I'm documenting day in the life, so a lot of my photos are just everyday life stuff. So I want to make sure I'm using like die cuts and stuff that I have in my stash that I know kind of speak to that. I don't have a ton of that kind of stuff, but a few. It would have been smart maybe if I had gotten the Allie Edwards Day in the Life kit to do that, but I got her Week in the Life kit and I still haven't used it at all because I haven't finished my album yet. So I was trying not to use some of the bits and pieces that I had left, from her Week in the Life kit, because some of that stuff would have worked well too in here. And I might end up deciding to break in there and get it. I mean, I haven't finished this yet, but there's quite a bit. I mean, off to the side, I don't know if you can see, but I have a whole pack of papers, or not papers, of photos. I think I have like 30 photos. I have a lot from the day because I really wanted to make sure I tried to get a decent amount of photos, and my husband was home on vacation this week. And so that made it really interesting. And I thought about not posting it because it really obviously isn't like what a normal day is like, because my husband goes and then he comes home. But I thought it would be fun to just see, well, this is what it's like when daddy is on leave, because it does happen, every year he has to take leave, and we don't always go. Actually, a lot of times we don't go places because we live quite far from our family. So, um, this is probably the first year that we would have been able to do that, but we had other plans and then they fell through. So, but anyway, that happens, right? Anyway, so here is a picture of the first part of the morning, and you can see also off to the side, you can see that piece of paper, and that is all the journaling that I did on Instagram. And then also I added some of my own journaling to some extra photos that I added that I didn't put in to Instagram, because I didn't post every single picture that I took. And I'm still not using every single picture that I took, believe it or not. But there were certain times like this. I took a picture of our dog in her little spot. She likes to sit, well, either on the bed or she'll sit and lay on, like, at the edge of the bed, off the bed, like, so that right at the edge. Um and she just kind of sits there. It's closer to my husband. I don't know why she picks that, because there's more space on my side, but I guess she just likes it over there. So I took that, and then there's that picture of my husband and the dog underneath her, because when we get up, she takes her spot. So I thought that that would be a fun little thing to share, because that happens like almost every time we're both there. And so yeah, I will see you guys later, and I hope you guys look forward to seeing the rest of this album come together. Bye!